Sabella Tonatu is asking, Armin and Susanna, what are your thoughts on James Lindsay and Helen Pluckrose? I know James is getting a little intense on Twitter, but he's good outside of Twitter. I agree that James is way more respectable outside of Twitter, and that may be like a harsh way of saying it, but it's just the easiest way to say it. And he didn't used to be so buck wild on Twitter too. Something really changed over the summer after the death of George Floyd, where there was kind of like this resurgence or emerging en masse of critical race theory based anti-racism books being pushed heavily into the market as the country was grappling with how do we make sense of this event that just happened and how do we stop this from happening again. And I think, I mean, a lot of people like really kind of lost their minds during that time. It was crazy out here. I mean, tons of cities in the country were on fire. I had some pretty heated takes, because it's just like, oh my God. But I feel like I kind of came to an equilibrium, right? I feel like James didn't come to that equilibrium, at least on Twitter. And then he had his heel turn into becoming a Trump voter, which was something else. And now he's basically pushing conspiracy theories. It depends on how seriously you take him. I really like Helen Pluckrose. I think she's very, evenly keeled, very principled in her liberal values. James can come across very heated on the internet. I've spoken to him before in person. He's really nice to talk to. But I don't know if it's because he's gotten a particular audience lately from the time when I talked to him to now that things have gotten pretty intense. But I like his writing a lot. And I think Helen seems like a really sweet person. Do you have any thoughts?
I think James Lindsay has lost his mind. I am actually a little bit. If you voted for Trump, and you're still defending that guy. I mean, it's really hard for me to justify. Again, I know if a lot of Trump supporters watch us, and you might get triggered because they're very sensitive. Some of them are very sensitive.
Hey guys, before we get back to that video, YouTube has fully demonetized our channel for supposedly hateful and harmful conduct, without telling us what we did wrong. If we get to 1,000 patrons, we will be able to keep paying all our team, our editors, our artists without ever having to worry about monetization again, which would be amazing. Yay! So please support Atheist Republic on Patreon. Link in the description below.
But if you voted for Trump, and it makes me very difficult to be able to trust your, I don't know, capacity to evaluate good from bad. Okay. I mean, it's not going to be a deal breaker the same way, like if you're a Muslim or if you're a Christian or if you are believe, not like a cultural Hindu, but actually believe in the Hindu gods, or if you're Jewish, again, religious Jewish, I'm still going to maybe there's so many other things about your opinions that makes up for the fact that you're religious. Okay. But the fact that you're religious or a Trump supporter, or like a Wokistani Mujahideen, it's going to be a huge, this person doesn't understand how to evaluate good from bad, right? So for me, James Lindsay has gone too far on that side, and the fact that he doesn't see that is amazing.
It bothers me when people voted for Trump because of wokeism, because of critical race theory.
Mm-hmm.
It bothers me when people voted for Trump as a tool against critical race theory. I think that's the most illegitimate reason to vote for Trump.
Yes.
Or to have voted for Trump.
There's no legitimate reason. But yeah, you're right.
To me, that's the least rational or validating.
Well, I mean, the least rational. I can think of the lesser rational. There is no rational. I mean, you could be like, well, he's
I
like
guess,
sent
yeah,
by
because of
sent by
QAnon, that
God,
would be below
or he's
that.
sent by God. No, I'm
Yeah,
voting for him
yeah.
because he's sent by God. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so yeah, that would be bottom of the barrel, but it's close there. I mean, because let me be clear, like people have apparently, I haven't looked at the polls, but I've been hearing that there's a huge wave of voters' remorse for Biden, particularly because of a lot of executive orders that he's passed.
Which were good. They were good.
I haven't looked into all of them, so I haven't drawn an opinion. There are lots that I agree with and I do think are good, but there was a lot of voters' remorse, I believe, particularly regarding how long it's taken for the COVID relief to actually come, which was not a promise that was well kept.
Yes, that was a good point. That was a good pushback.
I still need to look at what the actual numbers are for this voters' remorse, but people, some of the commentators are talking about is this is just this wave. And there are some wokey things that Biden does and says and some policies that I need to look into more, but it's not like this woke Armageddon that people sometimes are making it out to be.
By the way, we forgot to mention to people to go and check out Harry Sultan's channel. Guys, go if you're interested in ex-Muslim channels. Harry Sultan has one of the best ex-Muslim channels, and also especially if you're interested in Pakistan and India related, both culture, religion, politics around that area. Harry Sultan's channel is a must. It's a must. So yeah.
Speaking of the algorithm, Horace is saying, I don't claim to know everything, but my point is these data analysts are not sure either. They're speaking from their ass.
Oh, yes. Very anti-intellectual.
This is one of the dumbest things.
Amazing anti-intellectualism.
Someone who is trying to isolate variables, take out confounding factors, analyze things, collect the data, analyze it. They're speaking from their ass versus you with your channel just doing what you want and just not really paying attention to results versus other results. You're not controlling for anything. You're not trying to isolate this on a separate channel where nothing's ever been touched. No. You're freeballing it. But these people who are doing this in an experimental setting, literally, they're speaking
again, just to be clear, we're not claiming that they are right, but they are. It's a better way. It's a better way of understanding things.
There's a higher likelihood that they are right.
Higher likelihood.
You.
Yeah, higher likelihood. Not certain, but higher likelihood. Don't be and don't promote anti-intellectualism, Harris. Anyways, let's go next.
I am here for empiricism, baby.
Yes.
Hey guys, if you're a fan of blasphemy and sexy Kali, like me, then that means that you probably want more blasphemous art. Well, I have good news for you. If you subscribe to our newsletter, link in the description below, then you get a free booklet of some of the tastiest blasphemous art available today. So, if you want some of this delicious blasphemy, and we're so generous that we update it for you guys weekly for free, all you have to do is sign up for our newsletter below. You can also go to blasphemousart.com/ebook. That's blasphemousart.com/ebook. Sign up with your email, and you get free gifts of this tasty blasphemy. What could be better? So make sure you sign up. Link below.